Hey guys! So I wanted to do a review on these CoverGirl powders for you guys, and yeah, I don't know, with this sweater on today, honestly I kind of feel a little bit underdressed. I mean, it's pink and it's cute, y'all know, but it's like a sweater and it's still really cold where I live at, unfortunately. So if it's not cold where you live at, you are very lucky. But instead of having the heater in my video kind of like making that really disgusting annoying noise, I figured, well, let me just put on this cute little sweater and do this video real quick, and then I can go back to being warm again. But yeah, so I feel like my phone, okay, all right. So these powders, I feel like in my videos recently, or not even recently, but just in general, like my makeup tutorials, I've kind of in a sense been raving about this CoverGirl powder. I feel like I always have something positive, like good to say about it every single time I use it, and that's because it is something that I really do love using. So a little bit about me and CoverGirl. I've been using CoverGirl since I was like in middle school. I mean, this is a powder, like the same powder, the same shade since I was in middle school. And this is a powder that I've had a long life with. I mean, I've had a lot of experience with this powder, and after all these years and I'm in college now, I still love this powder so much. So I was like, well, I should like do an individual review on this powder and talk about it for you guys. So that is what I'm doing today. Okay, so CoverGirl clean powders. I was actually cleaning a little bit. I was doing a little bit of cleaning, and I actually came across some older packaging with the CoverGirl. Back in the day, and the first thing I'm going to tap on, because this is kind of to talk about the packaging of these. So I'm going to talk about the packaging first. With these CoverGirl clean pressed powders or whatever, they kind of come in like a circle thing. Okay, let me show you what the new one looks like. The new one, when you get it brand new, it opens up like this. It has, this is the mirror side. I'm not turning it this way because I don't want to blind you guys, but this is the mirror, this is the powder, whatever, and you can kind of see that it's a little bit loose. I don't really like that. I don't like that it's not something that can kind of just stand up straight. I don't really like that. And the packaging, honestly, it's cuter than the older packaging, but it's not really safe. It's really easy to break this foundation, this packaging. The one that I'm on now is already broken because I've dropped it, and I'm telling you, it is so easy to break this packaging. It is insane. Like the clasp part, now it's kind of just like two pieces that I have to lift up and put down or whatever. So that's kind of annoying because if I lose one piece, that sucks. But yeah, this packaging is not reliable. Like if you put this in your bag and you put something on top of it and it suffocates it bad enough, it'll probably snap. If you drop this once and it doesn't break the powder and the packaging does not break, I'm telling you right now, you are lucky, girl. Like, you are lucky, because that is how easy it is for this to break, that the first time you drop it, even the slightest bit of friction will snap something. Something is going to come out. I mean, this packaging is really like cheap. Like, I don't want to be rude, but it really is kind of like cheap. Like, it may look better than the older packaging, but it's not any better than the older packaging. And another thing is kind of just going off like the design. Again, I don't want to blind you guys, but this mirror that's in here, if you're like one of those people that's like, you like compact makeup that's like has a really good mirror and stuff like that to it, because maybe you're like one of those people that's on the go and you just like having makeup that has mirrors and stuff like that. This mirror sucks. It gets foggy really easily. It's not really that easy to look in. It's just not like a good quality mirror. So don't get this and like rely on this mirror. And if you like, the best bet as far as making the mirror like any better is just making sure that you're not one of those people, like if you like are really messy with the application of your powder, you're just going to make the mirror a lot more foggier, a lot more faster. But eventually, I'm telling you, it's going to get foggy, so it doesn't even really matter, honestly. But the older packaging in comparison, because that's really the only reason why like I dug this up or whatever, but it is a lot more safe. First of all, it stands straight up. And I mean, this is the True Blend minerals, and this is the clean pressed powder. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but like the older packaging stands up straight, has more of a clasp to it, and it's a lot more organized. No, it doesn't have a mirror, but it has like these holes on the bottom, so you don't have like a crazy abundance of like powder buildup when you open your makeup, and you kind of have that poof of powder that kind of comes out. Not to say that it doesn't still happen, but it helps to kind of have some ventilation underneath here. And I'm just going off of some things that the older packaging has that the newer packaging doesn't. But the older packaging, tried and true, is just a lot more safer. It doesn't break as easily. I'm not going to drop this. Like, if I drop it enough times, yes, I will break the product and break the packaging, but it's just not as easily broken as the newer packaging here. And that's just so crazy to me, because it's such a great powder that I feel like the packaging almost downgrades the product, I have to say. Like, I really despise the packaging for this product. I just wish they would have worked on it more. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, I hope it changes. I don't know, but let's get into the product. So, getting into this actual product, these are like my new ones. This is the one that I'm using, or whatever. And, yeah, so the product. What do I want to say about this product? When I was much younger, I found that a lot of times, if I wanted a foundation or something for my face, I had to kind of mix things up to get my consistency, my skin complexion a lot of times. With my skin, I have kind of like an orange thing going on, orange tint with my skin complexion, so I try to look for foundations and stuff like that that are like brown, but that have that burnt kind of corally orange undertone to them. And a lot of people say that that is bad. Like, oh, you don't want your makeup to be orange and whatnot. But that's actually what I look for in my makeup, because that's my skin. I'm like really kind of like an orange person or whatever. So, Tawny Fave 165. And it was with this one, it was Tawny Tostado Fave and 5, the number 5, but you know, same thing. And when I picked up this color and tried it for the first time when I was in middle school, when I tell you that this is the perfect consistency for my skin complexion, I did not have to blend anything, like mix anything with this. And when I was in middle school, the only thing I was really wearing was face foundation, because like I had like acne and or whatnot, so that was like my thing. Like I wasn't even like into like the eyes or the contour or like even blush even or anything. Like maybe a little bit of mascara, maybe some like eyeliner, like yeah, eyeliner, but I really wanted to cover up my face. And yeah, so this was a perfect consistency. I love these powders because I feel like there's a lot of variety. Whenever I go to the store, I feel like there's shades for every skin complexion, and I just feel like that's something about CoverGirl that I feel like is like undeniable, is that they are like, they have a wide range of selection for different skin complexions and stuff like that. And I think that that is so cool and so awesome, you know, because you can find a lot just in one brand, and you don't have to go here and go here and go there. So they have a lot of variety. I like this powder because it is lightweight. You can build it up. Like, it's one of those things, it's like if you want it to be heavy, it can be heavy. If you want it to be light, it can be light. If you want it to kind of be like a medium coverage, it can be a medium coverage. But even in middle school, I kind of wanted something that was like not too heavy, but something that was at the same time full coverage, because I had, like I said, acne and stuff like that. So just by that alone, I'm telling you guys, this is some full coverage stuff. Even if you're like one of those people who's like on the go, you don't necessarily put like foundation and BB cream and stuff on, like you kind of just look for like powders that you can kind of just blot and then be out the door. This is the perfect powder for that. Why? Because a little bit of it goes a long way. You get a lot of product, so you buy it and you literally are good for a while. But a little bit of this product goes a long way. I mean, you blot it on the face, you can already kind of see the coverage as soon as you kind of put that first bit of product on your face, and you can really notice the difference. But it's still light, it's not heavy, it's not like pore clogging or something like that. And I don't know, as far as the price goes for these things, I remember when I was much younger, these things were like $6 to $8, like at the max. You know what I'm saying? Really like kind of like $7, honestly. It didn't even reach $8 when I was like, you know, in middle school. But now one of these things is like over $11 almost. It's like $10 and over for some pressed powder. Like, and it's just crazy because, and that's not even about this powder in general. That's just to say drugstore makeup in general, I feel, has gotten progressingly more and more expensive. And I mean, it's been a lot of years since I've been in middle school, but still, it's drugstore makeup for a reason, right? Like, why is it so, like, why is it getting so expensive to get drugstore makeup, you know? And I'm sorry if the lighting is like in and out or something like that. I actually wanted to do a makeup tutorial today, but it's been a gloomy week. It's been rainy. Yeah, it's been a gloomy week. So these lights here are helping your girl out, but there's not really too much of the light coming from outside, and maybe it might go in, like now it's getting a little bit brighter and then it might like go back and get darker or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, anyway, that's to explain that. But I really do like these powders. Like I said, did I say that? A little bit goes a long way. And they're great coverage. Great coverage. And I think that that's one of the best things about this powder, is that a lot of times with drugstore makeup, people kind of say, and it's not even just people, I mean, I've noticed it for myself, that they can be great powders, but they may not have the level of coverage that I'm looking for, especially for somebody who has acne, somebody who has like dark marks and scars, you know. I see people like that usually reach for higher end foundations, higher end makeup and stuff like that, and they kind of don't really have a choice, because when it comes to these drugstore foundations, they're not really great at concealing the way that higher end makeup does. But with this, I mean, I'm not going to say it has like, oh my god, it's like MAC coverage or something like that, but it's one of those things for everyday makeup use. Great coverage, and I do recommend it. Another thing is it's also great for blending purposes, like if you have like a harsh contour, or you kind of want to blend out a concealer or something like that. These powders, they are softly, finely milled kind of powders. I mean, and let me just kind of open one up here. This is another Tawny Fab. And you can kind of see what I'm talking about. It has like a really orange burnt kind of consistency to it, like undertone to it. It's brown with a little bit of coral underneath, and that is like the perfect consistency for my skin complexion. So love this shade. I just love this shade, love this powder so much. But what was I saying? These are like fine, they're really soft kind of powders, and they're really easy to blend. The formula is super fine, super soft. It's not heavy at all. And the color is just kind of like, you get that color in every swipe. You know what I'm saying? Like, it does not cheat you out of any pigmentation. Like, highly pigmented powder and super soft and blendable. And that's, to me, is why I feel like it is so lightweight and so airy kind of feeling, because it's really blendable. And yeah, so if I was going to rate this product, yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 because it's awesome. Now the price is a little bit, to me, I feel like for a drugstore powder is like, really, but it is great. It's a great powder, you guys. I love it. I've been using it forever, literally forever. And I don't know, I just feel like I talk about it like in all my makeup tutorials. So I was just like, let me just review it. But I do like it. The only thing I'm gonna say is the packaging. Now, be careful with this packaging. I don't take it from my vanity. Like, when I use it in the daytime, like throughout my day, like, I don't re-blot my face with this powder. Now, if you're someone that just uses a powder and you're not someone that does like a full face of makeup, and because I don't like put this all over my face, like I kind of use it in certain areas, so it's not something that I use to blot my face or something like that throughout the day. But if you're someone that just puts on powder, I can kind of see you trying to take this with you, travel with it, blot your face with it throughout the day. Be careful, because if you drop it, honey, it will break. So, yeah, just be careful with the packaging when it comes to like the packaging and stuff like that. That's like the only thing that's like killing me, you know, with this. But awesome product, awesome consistency. I really like it. I hope you guys try it. I hope this made you curious to want to try it. And if you do, and you've never tried it before, and you tried it because you saw this review, like, let me know down below in the comments how it worked for you, if you liked it. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys in my next video.